So maybe being late and initially wrong is better than being right and early.
Well, or being wrong early, because
That's a full stop right there.
yeah, well, which has happened. We've seen that already. I mean,
Hmm.
Apple, and I've been an Apple user since my Apple II Plus. So let me kind of put that out there. When I was going to college,
Yeah, that's
and
like last year, I think.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was right before the current MacBook Pro. And one of the things that they've consistently done is gone back to Steve Jobs is they will work at it and work at it and work at it and work at it, and then they'll
Yes.
work on it again until it's right. And not that they don't make mistakes. They certainly do, and they've kind of been known lately for the operating systems having kind of, oops, slipped a little off the rails. They're back on, kind of getting things on the track. But, everybody complains about, well, all you do is make phones and laptops and a few desktop computers, which happen to be really popular at the
Just a
moment,
few.
minis,
Yeah.
you know. So, but they have held back and said, yeah, we're not going to go out there and stub our toe in front of everybody, and everybody's already got great expectations for us. So why help us fail. Let's just
Right.
wait and do it the right way. And so they've been working on this behind the scenes. And my first question was, well, hey, we have all these neural processors sitting around in our phones. What are they going to do with all that stuff?
Right.
Right? Is
Right.
this some grand secret plan? They're going to launch things on us. AI becomes ready to do that. Well, maybe, but maybe it's just kind of take a little longer to go. My long-winded point of being whatever they do, I think they're going to make sure it's done right. Yeah, we don't like Siri, and Siri's a little bit of the Clippy of the day.
So don't diss Clippy. Clippy at least wanted to help.
Go away, Clippy. She's like that annoying neighbor kid. Go away, go away. You're too young to play with us to play baseball. Anyway, but I have this feeling that when it comes out, we'll see if it's at the Worldwide Developer Conference this year. Hopefully it is. We'll see what happens. But I think it's going to make a splash because it's not going to do
Absolutely.
everything, and everybody's going to just poo-poo because it didn't do this OpenClaw use case that everything else does or whatever it is. But what it does, it will do well. It tends to be Apple's plan. And if it doesn't, they keep at it until it does it right, or they pull it back and stop doing it. So like
Which they
Apple
did
TVs
already.
and Apple
Yeah.
cars.
We've seen that with Apple Intelligence, that they're
Mhm.
like, hey, whoa, wait, this is not going well. And I'm sure the class action lawsuit helped with that. The point is that they are willing to turn a very large ship in the ocean there, and so I applaud them for that, and I wish them well with this endeavor, because I think right now, and then this is particularly with regards to how these agentic harnesses are taking over our lives. Many of them. It's for those of us, you and I and the folks listening to this podcast, we love to experiment and play with this stuff, but you
Mhm.
have to remember that somebody who's maybe, not that familiar with technology, that still yet depends upon it to get through the day, to perhaps even stay healthy and safe. And so you've got to do it right. You've got to do it in a responsible way that, is going to help both, freaks like us and I'm sorry to say the word normies, but there are, a lot of people that don't, need this as, intently as we do in their lives, but still depend upon it.